Hello viewers, I'm SB and welcome back to Marvel's Midnight Suns, where today some important stuff presumably is happening. But first, what if I was not here and it was elsewhere instead? There are common chests. I must not need keys for common chests either, right? Let's just go pop some things open since we can do so for free. And they often contain credits. Sometimes just gloss. I do need to spend some time going over our people and their outfits and their decks, more importantly, but also their outfits. You cannot tell me that dress up is not a critically important part of being a superhero, because otherwise, why would they all put so much effort into it? Hooray, sigils! Alright, what else? Over here by the altar, there's a common chest. It's this way, isn't it? Yes. We have quite a few of those sigils. I wonder how close we are to having them all. Looks like the graveyard chest here has repopped. Which we would access by going... No, it's this way, right? It's across the bridge. Nope, it was not the graveyard chest at all. It was this chest here in this little grotto that was probably even on screen at some point. Okay. Also, that Agony palette seems like an interesting set of colors. We'll have a look at that later, if I remember. For right now, though, we have more pressing business. Oh, I should remember to make that change. So it seems like maybe Mindbreaker's not actually good. If we're going to cut Mindbreaker, what are we going to put in its place? I would love to put in a card that is dark aligned. Maybe we return one of the whips. Wrath is cool. We're going to be using our Wild Strikes a ton. So maybe it's fine for only 3 of our cards to have the dark alignment. Yeah, you know what? Give me the Wrath. Critting all the time is pretty good. Okay, so this works. Any one of her cards that we do a redraw on will give us the thing. It doesn't have to be a dark card. The Obsidian Collar is triggered only by dark cards, though. Okay. Let's do it. We should be able to do this. I could have done it last time if I had remembered how taunt worked. There were about 6 different ways that I screwed up last time, any one of which would have saved the mission had I not done it. So I'm confident, paying attention, I can do an okay job on this run.
If you remember from the last trial, I told you that Hippus was consumed by his brother Seth, who absorbed his power. It was this betrayal that showed the Elder Gods, including towards their own corruption.
Start by drawing cards. And then... we could Wrath now. I guess there's no reason not to. So we have a normal move to kill one of them. Only one enemy is actually targeting Charlie right now. So if I just stealth up... yeah, it should be fine, right? Maybe I hold the Wrath. Because we could do quick slash, move. Well, I need to be sure I kill something, though. Or I need to be sure that I kill something with one of the concealers. So... I don't. I could use the other source of concealment right now. I could use the redraw thing. Because we're gonna have dogs every turn, right? Yeah, maybe. Okay. So let's go ahead and do this. And there's gonna be 4 dogs every turn, so I actually never need to kill anything else. Which is to say, we could go ahead and throw out our Wild Strike right now. I could redraw off the Holy Burst. I could Wrath now, Wild Strike you just to do damage, and then drop the Holy Burst with the redraw to stealth. I think I'm okay with that. And we use our the move. Can kill it. In fact, I should probably do that before I stealth up, just to avoid screwing anything up. So we use the bad Wild Strike just to get damage, because this one can't give us stealth.
I see not much has changed among the world's fanatics.
Okay, I'm cool with that. So one attack goes off, Charlie survives the turn. Although it does hurt. Gosh, does Charlie survive? How much bleed does that bleed you for? Oh, right. I was going to see about making an item to take advantage of that. Okay, never mind. That's a very serious amount of bleed.
Set created his own personal army.
That said,
much like Lilith and her children.
If I don't deal damage to these guys, I don't actually have to conceal this turn.
Various reptile species.
I don't need to do this, but it is kind of fun to do it. And these things don't taunt. So I'm going to throw up a maul on one of them first. Am I going to do the redraw? I guess I may as well. Yeah. Throw up a maul on one of you nerds.
I saw a move like that once, centuries ago.
This kills the only enemy. I just need to make sure I'm not accidentally shoving into the big guys, right?
There's no escape. Your mother abandons you.
So that's a bunch of dead enemies. It's a bunch more damage done to the Soul Link group, which is really nice. And then I guess I could have howled before, but I don't think it's gonna matter very much. I'll howl at these two because they're both gonna end up pretty low still. And just call the turn there. Charlie goes down. Not much we can do about it. And then I have 2 conceals for the rest of the fight already.
Cannot possibly match your strength.
And things don't dynamically retarget. Also, I suppose I still have my move left, so I should probably... Yeah. Throw up a little bit of extra damage. And then we just don't wake Charlie up, because if Charlie goes down again, it's actually really bad.
If you believe everything an old witch will tell you, when the now corrupt Set descended upon the earth, He used the prevailing reptiles of the time,
how do I want to do
dinosaurs, to create his physical form.
This is a pretty rad story. She's telling. I'm not going to lie.
Feel my call.
All I have to do is make sure every dog goes down every turn. So what? I can use a rock to kill one of you. I can shove the other one, and then you get the last sight. Also, I can just do stuff like Holy Burst to kill more than one with an action, which is probably a pretty reasonable thing to do. Yeah.
Your time has come.
Just save resources on the table, right?
Once again, Lilith's servants fall.
So you're getting dropped by Last Sight. But I actually have... No, I should drop you with Wild Strike. So then, like... I guess let me redraw a little bit. Just find something else to do this turn. Yeah, I could throw out this Wild Strike as well. And just hold on to the other thing. I want to save this Wild Strike if I can. So what I do is Wild Strike and Last Sight you. You want to save the big one, obviously.
As a child, I feared the servants of Lilith. Now I teach them to fear. Return to your mother.
Yep, and that's pretty rad because it's gonna make that Wild Strike in my hand deal 1 million damage. I'm good though for the moment. I'll call it here. One of those. Okay, never mind. One of those dogs spawned outside the arena, but it's fine. It came back.
Unfortunately for those lumbering beasts, when autumn came to destroy Set, the ensuing battle lasted for thousands of years, and drove fallen at mine.
The untold price of being favored by the Elder Gods. You were unprepared. Pathetic.
All right, and that's good, right? We're good now. I can just Obsidian Collar, Wild Strike, something, and end turn. Is there a version of this where I kill? No, there's probably not. How much health do you have? 732? 732 is an awful lot. That's actually a very large number. I guess I can try to dig for more damage. No, I mean, there's simply no way, right? I just don't have another card that does enough damage. It's fine. We're not going to screw around this time. I'm just going to take my turn invisible.
They have an answer for this. Next time, run while you still can.
And call it good.
I wouldn't go so far as to say Set is pleased, but I'm sure you've piqued his interest.
What if just always invulnerable? Heroes in trouble indeed. Okay, so with that, we can now actually explore the rest of the grounds, which I'm actually pretty excited to do. I don't know what it is. Like, there are no meaningful rewards for doing this, right? It's all cosmetics and flowers. I don't know why this has me so much more interested than the actual mission gameplay. Metroidvanias are just inherently compelling from a design standpoint, I guess. Yeah, Hunter, we know how these work. Break. Okay. Oof, that Blood Rider pellet probably looks really rough. Okay, is there anything else worth doing in here? Doesn't seem like it. So, let's go break some shit. Hooray! So first things first. Does break allow me to remove these big piles of debris? Because there are some very obvious spots that I would love to get to. Sufficient? Awesome.
Set regards no obstacles.
Set is my kind of elder god or whatever. Interesting. I do believe that is a kind of plant we've not seen yet.
Autumn be praised.
All right, we're going to get another little influx of keys here as we explore the new areas. This is our 4th statue, which I am very curious to find out the meaning of. Page from Lilith's journal. Without Gregor, I am empty. What is the purpose in fighting against evil when something so simple as sickness can take away my only joy in this world? I worry that I could lose the child that I carry within my womb. So many lives lost in the village, so little hope to be found. Hiram Shaw and a select few of his followers appear to be immune. Or perhaps he is the one that has released this sentence upon the people of Salem. That is, yeah, we still have a lot of pages left of that. 4 of 6? Yeah, 4 of 6. Okay, so we're working on that. So much Black Trumpet. I do still think the F pay respects joke is funny, though. I will say that. Tell me this is not just an arcane key. I will be so mad. You know, honestly, that's just as bad. I was really hoping that was going to be something interesting, and it's just more fucking cosmetics. How many times could a person say that during this game? Okay, the Dead Crags, this is like... It's still just like moist ground, but at least this is moist ground that's like real spooky. That gives it a flavor. Maybe gives me an idea of who might be interested. I could take it no longer, and I fled into the night to confront Shaw. I'm not keeping track of like where these are relative to each other very well, if I'm honest. He has been sealed away forever. If there was a man inside of him once, it was no longer. The Darkhold took away any humanity that had remained long ago. And now, I have it. I have this cursed scroll. If only I had moved quicker on him, my dear Gregor would still... Well, perhaps there may be an answer here within this powerful page. Perhaps there may be some good that could come of this power. So this is definitely one of those pedestals that the keys appear on when we do a reveal. I don't see a place to reveal. I mean, okay.
Autumn thinks otherwise.
I didn't think that was going to work. There's probably one nearby that will cause a key to appear here. Okay. I fear I will lose this baby. I find myself in this dark chamber beneath ground, unable to fight away the sickness that ravages my body. I thought that I could find hope within the Darkhold's magic, but I worry it is too late. For me, for my child. Could there be a future where we see the light again? How did you write this journal page in that circumstance? And also, why would you do that? How is that a priority in that moment? Also, common masterwork, just a normal everyday masterwork. One of the normal masterworks that you would expect. Oh, wait. Almost missed it. I have warmed to the collar that I wear. Sarah and Agatha have taught me how to use it as a channel, a means to harness the wildness of my powers into something controlled, something that I can really put to use. What a strange place for an ellipsis. It feels like my lessons have shifted. No more hypotheticals or talking through scenarios, but instead more practical training. Sparring, even. There's a brief look of surprise on Sarah's face whenever I best her, and I savor those moments. Though they are rare, for now. I have no idea where we are on completion of the Hunter's Journal. Okay, 2 more pages left. Pretty close, actually. Alright, I don't love this fog. Okay. That's a whole bunch of skulls, and then I guess we could take these back to the cave by the church, right? I don't know for sure that that's what we're supposed to do with them, but it seems like a possibility at least. Alright, so there's this other cave-in over here. It's not really reasonable to call it a cave-in when you're outside, I suppose. Cave out?
Set is in good humor today. Autumn showed the way.
Alright, well, I mean, sometimes they just appear on the ground. Too sloppy to even use the environmental cues that it's... Man, I don't know sometimes about the design behind this game. Alright, so let's go see about these. This one has something pretty weird behind it. Also, flowers and stuff. Lilith's journal. Something is happening to me. Is this the price that I must pay for what I've done? My mind races, consumed by a spiraling darkness. Even my body appears to be changing right before my eyes. And this dark power seeps out of me, bubbling up like oil from the earth. Have I made a mistake? And yet, when the babe's tiny fingers curl around mine, I am reminded. I did the right thing. Okay, this is a very, very brief moment of doubt. Really? Those are not... Huh. I can't actually reach these to collect them. Nor that one that spawned in there. Well, alright. Yeah, what the hell is this? I have many questions.
Curious.
Black Pyramid Arcane. Okay. All right, it's just kind of no information, huh? There's not really anything going on with the underside. Reveal to me your purpose. Okay, that actually did do something. I was not really expecting it to. Okay, that's cool. Break this thing open. No.
Set is a temperamental god.
Open this thing without breaking it.
The goddess disagrees. If his help was warranted, Hippus would provide.
Okay, well, I guess we'll just remember that this is here. Perhaps later we will happen upon some kind of indication. I can't believe all of these, like, tables and stuff are just sitting here. There's parchment on them that's been exposed to the elements for hundreds and hundreds of years. Like, we know it rains out here. I am pleased to admit that the coven has been eliminated. Deemed guilty by myself and my congregation, we did what was necessary to pave the way for a brighter future. Now I must turn my attentions to the women of that cursed Transian Abbey. Perhaps there is a chance that I could draw Lilith out and share my truth. If there is any chance that she would listen, I must try. That's a weird thing for him to be saying. Okay, we still have a lot of Hiram's Journal left to find. Tarot card. Still don't really know what's up with these. Daemon Hellstrom is a vision of power as he stands before flames, hungrily grinning at a chest of unknown treasures. I am actually not familiar with this character. I wonder if we're going to get something that's actually interesting when we finish that collection, or... Because I could totally see them just giving us more cosmetics, right?
The father of serpents is smiling.
Okay, all that is that door. It's pretty weird that there are even multiple break doors into this area when those two, the two entrances we made there are so close together. Is this something? Is it sneaky? Is it cool, sneaky stuff? No, not really. It is, in fact, nothing. Okay, maybe in the direction I was looking. Oh.
Set would rather exist.
Alright, this is just the starting area. For how long has this great stone abbey overlooked my quaint church? I cannot remember its presence, and yet it is here as if it has always stood. Perhaps I have forgotten it. Truly, my mind seems to play tricks on me these days. No doubt a side effect of the great power of Chthon that I have become a conduit for. And yet, these women that have appeared alongside it, newcomers and clearly outsiders of Salem, they will be investigated. People write down the dumbest journal entries in video games, just like things that just make no sense to think or to write. Or the souls lost to Galactus's destruction reach out for lingering hope of rebirth, whether on their own or beyond. This is fitting for Judgment. I like this for Judgment. Okay, what else?
The son of Gaia approves.
You know, a key. Why not? Okay. So I think maybe we have actually seen everything there is to see in this, this tiny little area. So I'm trying to think here. Was there anything else? Let me really quickly here. Oh, right. Inside the greenhouse, there was that break door. That's probably quite significant, in fact.
Set is in good humor today.
Set loves it when you break shit.
There's only so much Hippus can do.
Okay, so we were taught that each of these plants would be purifiable for a reward in the area where we got Purify, and then that was immediately reversed upon. My sister tells me that it can be helpful to ink one's thoughts onto page. That is how she sorts through the chaos in her own mind, and that it may help me as well. But what do I say here? Is this the appropriate space to direct my yearnings for a normal life? Every time that I pass through East Transia to visit the markets, I envy the men and women living in complete ignorance of the supernatural swirling around them. Their greatest threat is whether or not they can supply and sell enough goods. You know, just starvation is all. I spend my days and nights plagued with nightmares of the darkest evils. Sure, they might starve, but I'm sad. Okay, this seems significant. And this is a familiar looking sort of thing. No?
Hears
All right.
me, but has no answers.
Hippus is really sleeping on the job lately. What a remarkable day. We've received correspondence from America, specifically a small town called Salem. While it is a tragedy what these witches are enduring, a madman that calls himself Hiram Shaw appears to be causing quite a stir among the magically gifted. Sarah has a great plan to help them. We've sent the Knights of Wundagore off to provide them a moon seal. If only I could have gone myself. If only just to experience something new. You know, I was not familiar with the Knights of Wundagore, really, prior to starting this. I have since learned some things about them. They look really rad. I could say that for sure. I think they have very cool designs. Sarah and I have done something truly amazing. We have moved the Abbey from Transia to a town called Salem in North America. So this is really weird. She's doing this a town called Salem like she just learned of it thing multiple times. And the only way it makes sense is if she is trying to write this so that a stranger reading her diary can pick up at any point, which does, like, these are so dashed off and the logic behind them is so bad. Like, honestly, the grammar in a bunch of them is kind of like, these all feel like first drafts. And it makes me wonder, like, what was the motivation for writing so many of them if they care so little about them? There's so many things about the design of this game that are just so strange to me. And yet here we are, no longer hiding in the shadow of the Wundagore Mountain. Still have work to do here. Okay. Nothing terribly interesting. Shaw has increased his efforts as of late in 1691, and his cruelty makes my heart ache. To hang or burn another human being. Perhaps this is what Sarah wanted to shield me from all those years ago. Where I saw mortal joy, she could only see the darkness. I am grateful for the men and women of this town that reject Shaw's cruelty, and I do think that I have found some friends. All this stuff about only seeing the darkness would probably strike a little bit more meaningful if the word darkness had not been sort of like abused by the mechanics of the game into total meaninglessness. I spend too much time wondering about mortal life. At least that's what Sarah tells me. What is it like to fall in love, grow a family, and enjoy carefree afternoons in the country, watching the children bound through the fields? Simpler, that I know for certain. Sarah and I spend our days and nights doing our sacred duties as blood descendants, and she tells me that I should be proud of our work to keep the people of this world safe to enjoy their simpler lives. But what if I want to live a simple life? What if... could I? Again, they feel pretty dashed off. So we are actually only one page from finishing this collection, which might have interesting outcomes, maybe. Hey, how's it going?
Sarah?
Of all the things you weren't expecting, finding me here had to be near the top of the list.
No, you are always wherever a narratively significant thing is happening.
On the contrary, kiddo, I think it's you that's been following in my footsteps. Speaking of which, have you been enjoying the trials? I'm not sure how you found your way down that path, but you've obviously impressed the gods, just like your mother and I did.
You are being much calmer than I expected about all this.
You aren't the first member of your family to sneak away and attempt the trials. I remember raising more than a few eyebrows on my run.
This from the favored daughter of Oshter?
I always respected Oshter, especially compared to some of her siblings.
And my mother?
I think she saw something of herself in Autumn, but she was never one to flatter the gods.
She seems to have no issue kneeling to Chthon.
Is that really what you believe, Hunter?
No, I have no idea why I said that. I don't know anything about the situation.
I cannot say.
At least you've kept an open mind. I'm not sure I would have.
It just felt like a really sick burn in the
I have tried to
moment,
remain
you know?
neutral until I know more.
If you've come this far, then there's really no point in hiding it anymore.
This place, sealed and hidden away beneath my mother's garden. This was you again. Something else you wanted to lock away.
Would you believe it's because I've been a stubborn old woman for far too many centuries?
Yes.
This may be difficult to understand given what you've been told, how you were raised. But your mother isn't the bastion of evil the world knows her to be.
Yes, I know she was not the mother of demons when she was with my father.
There's more to it than that. I told you of her work to find a cure for his illness. There was nothing she could do, and when he passed, she accepted his fate. But then, the corruption came for you.
I was sick? I do not remember that at all.
I'm not surprised, given the cure. You were so young, so vulnerable. Lilith was inconsolable. If she had been desperate to heal your father, she was now completely unhinged when it came to curing you.
But she did find a way.
We had thought to bury it in this place forever, safe from not just the greedy eyes of petty men like Shaw, but from ourselves.
The Darkhold.
Yes, and sensing your mother's desperation, the damn thing called out to her. There within its pages, Lilith found a way to protect her child, straight from the Great Shadow himself, Kathan. And as payment, she pledged her eternal devotion to him, reborn as the mother of demons.
I feel like we did have some. We should have some idea. There should be an option here once you've read enough of her diary to go like, okay, yeah, that actually makes a lot of sense given what we know about how she was feeling. Because all three of these options are kind of like just not taking into account what we've been doing in the world at all.
She gave herself to Kathan for me?
You were her only child, and she loved you more than anything else in this world. In her mind, it was no sacrifice at all. You were all that mattered.
And you still let me believe she was a monster?
For your protection, I only let you see her as she is now.
But what she became...
What she became, I barely recognized. She may have been your mother, but there was no way she could be your mother ever again.
And so you cast her out?
She was weakened from the transition. Some part of her soul still struggling with the corruption infecting her, I suppose. I knew I would only have the moment, and so I struck, drove her from the Abbey. From you. It was the only way I could protect you. In my mind and in my heart, I believed that the Lilith I knew would have done the same.
But then she came back.
Yes, it took her years, but she finally returned. Of course, by then, she had become something far different. The rest, as you know, is history. Until now. I thought by sealing this place, by avoiding the truth, that it would somehow make all of this easier. But I also knew someday we would have this conversation.
Like, I drove her from the Abbey is a wildly selfish course of action, right? It's like, I just made her everyone else's problem. I thought that would be good enough. I do feel like this is very much the wrong way to handle this situation.
All this time, all these years, how could you?
I don't expect you to forgive me anytime soon, Hunter. But at least you know the truth.
I hope your conscience is clear now.
I will carry this with me for the rest of my years. You can take comfort in that, Hunter.
Also, there's just like nothing to be upset about here. In terms of like she kept the information from me for a very brief time. Like, who cares? Who cares? She had an extremely good reason. Like, it all makes a lot of sense, and it didn't affect anything in any meaningful way. It's like, I don't know, it just doesn't actually feel like betrayal at all. But this is a totally standard narrative beat that they can steal from something else, and so they're gonna. Okay, we know what this is for. Just spawning more chests. The game loves its cosmetics. All right, so upside down slash V the guy is excited in the triangle. I'm going to try to remember this. I'm going to try not to have to come back here. Okay. So, back to the standing stones to put that in. No, did I not? Back to the standing stones to put that back to the fast travel. Okay. Fast travel disabled, apparently. Well, that's fine. Okay, we're finding passives and stuff. That's useful. I don't even care about this chest. All right, that's a pretty good one. That's a pretty good chest, in fact.
He does not seem interested in breaking that.
We still don't actually know what to do with these, right?
Hippus does not seem to agree. There must not be anything here.
Okay, that's fine. So, I think with that, we've probably pretty much exhausted this area. But there are definitely other things that we need to, check out on the map. So, first things first, can I fast travel from here? Yes, I just couldn't do it because that's like a different map because there was a load screen. So it was this one, then that one, then triangle guy cheering, then this? I've already forgotten. It's weird that when we lit that up, it changed to the triangle man cheering symbol, and now there's just two of those. Everything about this game is so broken. Okay, let's pop over to the Dreamer's Descent, right? Because in this area... Wait, maybe it's not Dreamer's Descent. Maybe this isn't where I wanted. No, it's the Whispering Wood. Sorry, there's an area over here where there are some more break doors. Yeah.
Set regards no obstacles.
More Hiram Shaw stuff. Forgive me, Father, for my sights wander. Though I find myself drifting further and further from my beloved wife into my work, I did not expect that my heart would lead me astray as my mind does. And to such a wretch as Lilith. I should curse the ground upon her feet, and yet I cannot help but fantasize about the power we would share if she were by my side. We could align our causes and seek out the remaining Darkhold pages together. We would be unstoppable. Curse the ground upon her feet? Does she just like walk around with dirt on her feet all the time? Is Hiram Shaw like a foot guy? It's kind of what I was talking about. It feels like a lot of these did not get even a second look. Okay, spider lilies. Not generally the way that you would pluralize lily, I think. Huh, is this... Nope, okay.
If it was here, Autumn would show me.
In theory, there's probably a reveal pad for these somewhere. Oh, it's right here. For some reason.
Autumn must not see it that way.
Okay, could Autumn maybe try harder? Because, like, I'm definitely...
Autumn reveals all.
Yep, I was already, like, right on top of that. This is interesting. Spiral of rock. With a torch next to it, marking it as significant in some way. Ooh. Well, that's definitely something.
Clever. I wonder if there are more rings nearby.
I wonder if I have missed some of those in the past. The witches that oppose me appear to have powerful friends from afar. I'm grateful for the young village boy that has been my eyes these last weeks, trailing them. A group of cloaked figures met with the witches beneath the cover of darkness and bestowed upon them some artifact. Even the boy could sense its power, and he is not of the blessed like myself. I am increasing my efforts, and have already convinced the people of Salem that these witches are a formidable threat, worthy only of the hanging tree. Ooh, this is a legendary masterwork. This is not crummy like those other masterworks. This one's real. This one counts. All right. Well, we're working on our collection of apothecary vessels, which I will be on. If I am honest, I do not remember that we were collecting before at all.
Hippus brings renewal. What's my plan here with all of these witch remains, with all of these extra witch bits? Autumn does not answer.
Okay. The stones there were arranged in a way that seemed kind of significant. I was like, I don't know, maybe this is still maybe this is another fairy circle. Okay, it seems like this is maybe all that there is of meaning on this side of the bridge. Just want to walk through here again, looking for other signs of other fairy circles. Aha. Maybe they're all going to have a big blue torch glowing next to them.
Cantankerous, these fairies.
Are they? What about this situation makes you say that? Okay, this is just some rocks. There are torches here. They are not blue, but, you know, just in case.
There must not be anything here.
Okay, there's definitely at least a couple other doors in this area.
Thank you, my friends, wherever you are.
I mean, that's all right. I guess, like, a hero of your choice gains one vulnerable is not even actually a downside with the way we've crafted the hunter.
The father of serpents is smiling.
All right, we found all of these apothecary vessels. We got gloss and a key. Cool. All right, then. Was there... Am I remembering that there was one more somewhere? Maybe not. Yeah, because it's just this weird, tiny little courtyard. Okay, so I think that's that. I don't remember where else there might have been things to break. Oh, no, I do. I remember one. There was a break door behind the statue in this temple, wasn't there? Is that how you get to the orange chest? I wonder what happens once you've gotten all of the things. Do the chests stop respawning, or do they just, like, give you generic resources?
Nothing can stand in his way.
Double the damage of their next environment attack is pretty not ideal. I guess, though, like, you know, the falling rocks attack is pretty significant. The Bloodgate is just it's just the name of this thing. Where's that chest? Is that chest in here? Not that it, like, super matters, because common, but it is in here. Okay. Okay, sure. Free battlefield scanner. And then there's a legendary chest over where all of those statues are gathered. But I have to find that again. So around here somewhere, right? There they are. Okay, so some blueprint items are actually significant. It is meaningful that we are getting those. A lot of the rest of this stuff is less so. I'm trying to think, like, was there anywhere else that I had seen break doors or weird bits of vine? So there is going to be a break door here that we opened already. The path over here just dead ends? Is that right? Does it dead end in a thing I can interact with? Nope, not really. What is that cave up there? Is that cave the, is that part of the Bloodgate area? Yes, okay, that's exactly what it is. It's this entrance. Okay. So yeah, we've seen all of that now. We're definitely still missing, like, a couple of pages here and there, though, of various journals. Let me go back to Shaw's Church. Hold on. Valley of the Winds. Why is there a path that just goes into the mountain and stops? Oh, right. Sure. Then, yeah, back to Shaw's Church. Because, like, at the very least, this is a thing that has no... We don't have a meaning for yet, right? And it's the only thing in here that seems important at all. So, like, it feels like it should be significant, but I guess... And especially since we've seen another one. But I guess probably this was just to, like, set up the visual... Like, why did we actually, from a mechanical perspective, why did we want to get in here so bad? Was that moon seal in here? It wasn't, right?
Perhaps I ask too much of him. Set must not be listening today.
Maybe this is nothing. That said... There is still the matter of the water purification, right? We purified the water in this area by fixing that well, which seems to have created an area below that bridge, but we've not been able to access it yet. So maybe let's head up there and just see. I may have I may have fully just like missed opportunities to use Purify even. This may have been a thing we could have accessed before we got Break. But it was just weird that we did that Purify, and it did a thing that was significant enough to pull the camera away, and then it didn't seem to have any other meaning. So yeah, it would probably be somewhere over here. So that's a path. But that's the path that runs up to the church initially. We've definitely been down there. Aha!
The father of serpents is smiling.
We are but a mere speck in the cosmos. Chthon, ever waiting, ever watching. He controls all. I have been his plaything all along, and now he taunts me as I wither in this darkness, damned by the Sisters of Transia. Death grant me freedom. And that is the last... No, it is not the last page. Damn it. Still need one more. Okay. Hey, look. Some doll's eyes. And also a girl. Okay, this is just like a really conspicuous dead end. I mean, I guess, is this a breakable... Oh yeah, it totally is.
Nothing can stand in his way.
Okay. Well, bad news. I'm out of keys, but welcome to Gideon's Cross, I suppose. The witch May Richards provided little useful information despite prolonged interrogation using all available means. Her crimes were confirmed by eyewitness testimony rather than confession. Well, that's on our map now, at least. And Stevens, bound to the rack beyond the point of normal human tolerance, assuredly an unrepentant witch. These people are too good at suffering to be human. Feels like a very... There's some real-world implications, real-world parallels, I should say. Some of this stuff that is really bumming me out. It is a brand new year, and yet I do not feel hopeful. I'm drowning in my melancholy. The poor women that had to be sent for our help. Or the poor women that had sent for our help. There you go. That makes sense. I'm so afraid that we will not be able to deliver them from their torment. This man, Hiram Shaw, is truly a vessel of evil. Whether he was before he found that cursed scroll, I cannot say, but now there is no hope for his soul. I wish that we could undo the lives taken. Okay, so we got that. That's a key and some stuff. Well, we can open this now. Okay. There's so much stuff to pick up. Just like every 2 steps I need to stop and interact with the thing. So wait, where am I on the map right now? I guess I'm just underneath. Oh no, okay, this is that road we were seeing from the bridge. I was totally wrong. Okay. Agatha explained to us a ritual in her coven for witches that come of age and master their powers. It wasn't a ritual we were able to emulate in full, but we tried, and it made me feel very proud of how far I've come. Even Sarah seemed to let her guard down for a short time and enjoy herself. It almost felt like a party. A very small, very intimate, quiet party, but a party. Tonight, under the full moon and with what remains of my family, I became the hunter. Now my destiny calls me to fight. Okay, there's one more page left of our journal as well. The sightlines here are so closed up. Is that really that masterwork was the entire point of this side path? Maybe some people spend a lot more time interacting with the painting system than I do.
What is this?
A dark ritual site used to channel dark and corruptive magics, we assume. And also the Fool. Deadpool leaps from a building's edge right before the night sky, grinning with pride. This card represents individuality and adventure, but can also mean irresponsibility and naivete. That's not really... Man, I got some feelings about the way Deadpool has been characterized over the years. Just out of curiosity.
Set has decided not to.
Does this thing interact with our spells?
Perhaps I ask too much of him.
Okay, arbitrarily, yes, that did create a weak chest for some reason. Is that up on that side path? It is. Okay, there is more reason for this to exist now. Don't discard their next played hero card, discard the rest of your hand instead. That's interesting. You build up some heroism and then double hell ride somebody. Sarah Howe. Drowning was not enough. The Inquisition felt they needed a device to carry out their work in a more efficient manner. The mechanism was tested in great length on this suspect. Really does feel like we're just kind of using the idea of these women suffering for like shock and disgust value, which I don't have any different feelings about. All right, last one. Written accounts. Oh, we got a skull helm. That feels like maybe in poor taste, considering. That said, I am still going to wear it if it looks cool at all, as much as I like our demon horns thing.
Set regards no obstacles. He sees.
There's so much just like walk around, and when you see the symbol, press the button associated with the symbol. It definitely feels like, I don't know, it's such simple call and response stuff. Oh, I know where we are. I had forgotten that this was here. But yeah, all right. There was another break wall in this area. So it might be worth running around and scouring a bunch of stuff, a bunch of places like one more time, just for things that I have forgotten were there. Things that we saw at some point, but that no longer exist in my brain. There wasn't any, there were some weird dead ends around here, I remember. Okay, this is just a witch's equipment. This is the one you can see from the standing stones. We've been over here recently. Yeah, okay, I think probably we are, probably we're done with the stuff that I can remember easily, and we'll like I said, I'll take a look around and try to verify whether or not there is other stuff for us to investigate, other stuff that I don't remember anymore. You know what? Let's just double check this area real fast. Because, like, there could very easily be vines or break walls or stuff over here, and I would absolutely not remember that. There's that bowl. Still don't actually know what the deal is with the bowl. It kind of doesn't seem to do anything, which is pretty weird.
Was this bowl always here?
This bowl was always here. Probably. What about this? Let's just turn left here and stick to the cliff as close as possible. Wait a second. Can't leave without all of the witch hazel, obviously. There's this little dead end area here. That doesn't appear to be anything in particular. Aside from kind of pretty. Yeah, outside of that one little area, it really doesn't seem like there's much use for Purify. But maybe there is a sort of a secondary marker of need for purification that I am not remembering, or that I'm not noticing. In the same way that there are two different kinds of things that you break, you know? Okay, we were just down here in the Whispering Wood. We know this deal. All right. Then... yeah, I think we're good. I think that was very productive. It's a real bummer that we're missing like a page from a couple of different things. It really makes me feel like there's some area that we need to look at again now that we have all of our powers. But I don't know where it would be. Hunter's Folly? Is there anything over here worth fiddling with? Paths just sort of like run into nothing all over the place. What if I really fuck this thing up?
If it were meant to be broken, Set would gladly assist.
What is
If his
meant
help
to
was
be broken?
warranted, Hippus would provide.
Who decides when a thing is meant to be broken? I would argue that I should. That should be my call, I think. Okay, it doesn't look like there's anything over here to interact with. Well, all right. Then I think we have pretty much done the map. And now it's time to get back to, you know, actually playing the video game.
Salutations.
Yeah, hey, where's my dog? My dog's on the map, right? Dog is by Forge. Hold on. Hold on just a second, you. I haven't said hi to Charlie all day, and I'm feeling terrible about it.
Good girl, Charlie.
Charlie's the only character in this whole damn thing that we care about. Okay, I think we need, like, comprehensive refiguring of people's appearances and decks. And that's the thing I'm going to do off camera. But for right now, I think I'm just going to stand right here and pointedly ignore Caretaker while we do the outro. That's going to be it for us for today. Thank you all so much for watching. When y'all come back next time, I guess we'll continue the plot begrudgingly We will push forward on the plot now that all this other stuff is done. And we'll see you then.